one of the main responsibilities of government is to protect life. The Declaration of Independence says that we're endowed by our Creator with certain rights, among which are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. If you don't have your life, you can't have your liberty, and you can't pursue happiness. So life is the most fundamental right that needs to be protected.
This darkness is fading, so hope against hope.
Abortion is knocking at your door, Oklahoma. We protect women and children against abortion better than any other state. Abortions are illegal here for almost any reason, which is the envy of pro-life voters all over the country. But that legislative achievement we celebrated 1 year ago could evaporate in a moment. The story is so bizarre it sounds almost like a novelist wrote it. This week, a committee of Republican senators, all of whom campaigned as pro-life, have drafted a law, Senate Bill 834, that would reverse protections for women and children and reinstate abortions in Oklahoma. You heard that right.
And we here in Oklahoma have made great gains. We have passed two of the strongest pieces of legislation that protect the lives of the unborn just this last year, and because of that, those abortions have stopped in Oklahoma because of those two pieces of legislation. However, there's a bill or several bills that have been presented here in Oklahoma that would lessen those regulations and open it up more for additional exceptions to our prohibition on abortion that would allow more babies to be aborted. And that child has committed no wrong. That child's life is precious, and that child should be protected. They should have due process. Even if someone else commits a violent crime, that individual should be punished for it, not the innocent child in the womb.
How did we get here? Our present combination of abortion laws makes us the strongest state in the union for defending innocent unborn life. Former State Representative Wendy Stearman led in the passage for House Bill 4327, which was a lot like the Texas civil liability law, mocked by the left, but effective in terrifying abortion doctors out of business. Ours is actually much better than the Texas law because it goes back to protecting life from conception.
We have a problem when it comes to Senate Bill 834. This is a bill that puts in rape and incest in as a manner in which you can murder your baby in the womb. We need to ask ourselves the question, does the manner in which you conceive make you more or less human? That you have to answer that question in order to be able to support this bill. The principle of the issue is that the manner in which you are conceived does not make you guilty of any crime worth getting the death penalty over, and I strongly urge you to push your senators and your representatives to not support this bill. This is not the time to back up. We just won the battle, and now is the time to keep pushing forward and unite behind the right to life.
When you have a situation that's rape, that is an absolute horrible situation. Same with incest. Again, that is an absolute horrible crime to be committed. Usually that's committed against a very young person, but the life of that baby still matters. The Bible tells us that God knitted us together. That's a very intimate process. It's not just that he waves a hand and says poof and then there's a life. He actually put thought into every stitch that creates us.
Senate Bill 834 is taking our abortion bills, the strongest laws that we have, is taking everything backwards. God gave us the votes to put the strongest abortion bills in the country here in Oklahoma. And now we have people who want to cut us back or pull us back because they're afraid of a state question. My answer to that is, let's put our faith in God that the state questions will fail, if they even come. But retreating and trying to make deals for God is not where we need to be. The baby has a right to live. I can totally understand, after 40 years in law enforcement, how traumatic a rape would be to a woman and to a young family. But it's not the baby's fault. We'll prosecute the perpetrator, but the baby has a right to live.
I'm the director of a pregnancy care facility in Oklahoma. Our staff and team of volunteers work hard to serve pregnant women and their families. Please don't believe the lie that abortion is used frequently to save the life of the mother. That's a straw argument. Abortion does nothing to give a rape survivor the healing she needs and deserves. Abortion doesn't erase the rape or undo the violence she suffered. Abortion adds trauma upon trauma to the mother and creates another innocent victim, the baby. Visit Live Action and hear the words of neonatalist Kendra Cobb. There is no medical reason why the life of the child must be directly and intentionally ended with an abortion. Doctors regularly deliver babies early in order to save both the mom and the baby. More than 30,000 doctors agree with her. In a letter published at the Public Discourse, leaders from the American College of Pediatrics and the American Association of Pro-Life Obstetricians agree that abortion treats no disease. Pregnancy is not a disease, and deliberately killing the unborn child by abortion is not health care. Health care is saving a life, not taking one. Legislators, I beg you, don't surrender to the pro-abortion crowd. Our laws protect women whose lives are at risk. Doctors who end an ectopic pregnancy are now protected. Work with us who protect life. Stop SB 834. This measure would send the wrong message. Reopen abortion clinics and kill innocent children. The baby has a right to life.
Why are Oklahoma's abortion laws effective? Why should they remain unchanged? Why should you help to stop Senate Bill 834? Because the baby's essential humanity and right to life do not change based on the quality of the parents. Why should we kill children whose circumstances of conception were unfortunate or violent or criminal?
A lot of people are saying, well, we need to do some of these exceptions because the potential of having a state question to go even further. And what I say to that is we're not going to win the battle by giving up ground. We all know, you can tell by the votes in that committee on Senate Bill 834 that the Democrats are still not in favor of this bill. Why are they not against it? Or why are they not for it? It's because it doesn't go far enough. They want free and open. If they could have it, they would have drive-through abortion clinics, and that's what they're going to be pushing for. So I just, me and several other legislators feel like it is important to stand our ground right now and say, no, we're not going to give. We're not going to give it an inch on this. We need to defend the life of the unborn.
So we encourage you all to stay engaged in the legislative process and make sure that we here in Oklahoma do not move backwards allowing additional abortions, but we stand strong in defending the lives of the unborn child.
I would highly recommend that you reach out to your senator. Feel free to reach out to all of the senators, because that's where this bill originated. That's where it's going to start. But specifically, reach out to your senator and express your thoughts on this subject. Life begins at conception. That life is absolutely important. That life means more than just a heartbeat.
The baby has a right to life.
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 All babies have a right to life.
All babies have a right to life.